Hi everyone. So in this video we'll be seeing about the cutting tool materials. So one thing we know that cutting tool materials, it should be of a higher strength than the workpiece, so that we can remove the material from the workpiece. So this is about machining. So cutting tool materials, what are the materials it can be used in a for a producing a cutting tool, so that it will be very of very high strength, so it can give a better surface finishings. So the cutting materials or the materials that are used to make cutting tools, which are used in machining drill bits, tool bits, milling cutters, etc., but not other cutting tools like knives or punches. So cutting tool materials, it must be harder than the material of the workpiece, even at a high temperature during the process. So there are some properties that should be possessed by a cutting tool material, so that it will be considered as a better working cutting tool material. So the first one is hardness, or a hot or a red hardness. So it is the ability of the material to resist softening at a temperature, at a higher temperature, and it is known as hot or red hardness. And the next one is wear resistance. So there should be no wear occurring during the machining process. Hence the material it should selected, it should be in such a way that there is no wear occur at all, at least in a very shorter span, so it gives a better tool life. And the next one is toughness. So toughness, it describes a material's resistance to fracture. So if the material is getting fractured frequently, it is not suitable to be a cutting tool material, because if the cutting tool is getting fractured often, or if it is getting weared often, it increases the cost of the production, and it becomes a very huge loss also. And the next one is toughness. It should be very tough, and thermal conductivity should be very high, that is it should be able to withstand the heat. And the next one, chemical stability. So there should be no corrosion or anything. And availability and cost, so it should be easily available, and cost is also of within the limited value. So these are some of the parameters that are to be considered while choosing a material. So based on that, they have classified few materials which are frequently used as a cutting tool material. So the first one is high speed steel, which is also denoted as HSS. So they are named because they were developed at a higher speeds. So it was developed around the 1900. HSS or the most highly alloyed tool steels. So the tungsten series were developed first, and typically it contains 12 to 18 percentage tungsten plus 4 percentage chromium, 1 to 5 percentage vanadium. Most grades it contains about 0.5 percentage molybdenum, and it contains about 4 to 12 percentage of cobalt. So these are the compositions of a T type high speed steel. So it was soon discovered that molybdenum could be substituted for most of the tungsten, result in more economical formulation, which had better abrasion resistance than T series. So they come for an M series. First the T series was developed, then later they came up for this M series, where tungsten is replaced by molybdenum, because it gives better economical stability than that of a T series. So it consists of about 95 percentage. Most of the HSS are made up of M series, that is of a uh, molybdenum type. So it consists of about 5 to 10 percentage of molybdenum, 1 to 5 percentage of tungsten. A very little amount of tungsten is added in that. 1 to 4 percentage vanadium, 4 percentage chromium, and many grades it contains 5 to 10 percentage of cobalt. So HSS tools are tough and suitable for interrupted cutting, and are used to manufacture tools of complex shapes such as drills, reamers, taps, dies and gear cutters. Tools may also be coated to improve wear resistance. HSS accounts for the largest tonnage of tool materials currently used. The typical cutting speed for the high speed steel is about 10 to 60 meter per minute. So this is about the HSS, and there are two types in that. One is T series and M series, where M series is the most frequently used type of HSS. So the next one is about carbides. So this carbides, it is also called as cemented carbides or sintered carbides. It were introduced in the year 1930 and have high hardness over a wide range of temperatures, high thermal conductivity, high Young's modulus, which makes them an effective tool and a die material for a range of applications. The two groups used for machining are tungsten carbide and titanium carbide. Both types may be coated or uncoated. Tungsten particles, it consists of about 1 to 5 micrometers, are bonded together in a cobalt matrix using powder metallurgy. The powder is pressed and is sintered to the required insert shape. Titanium and niobium carbides may also be included to impart special properties. A wide range of grades are available for different applications. Sintered carbide tips are the dominant type of materials used in metal cutting. The proportion of cobalt present has a significant effect on properties of carbide tools. So 3 to 6 percentage matrix of cobalt gives greater hardness, while 6 to 15 percentage matrix of cobalt gives greater toughness while decreasing the hardness, wear resistance and strength. Tungsten carbides are commonly used for machining steels, cast irons and abrasives, non-ferrous materials. Titanium carbide has a higher wear resistance than tungsten, but it is not as tough. With a nickel molybdenum alloy as a matrix, the tungsten carbide is suitable for titanium carbide is suitable for machining at a higher speeds than those which can be used for tungsten carbide. So typical cutting speeds are about 30 to 150 meter per minute or 100 to 250 when coated. So without coating, it can have a cutting speed of about 30 to 150 meter per minute, and when it is coated with carbides, it can be of about 100 to 250 meter per minute. So the next material is ceramics. Ceramics, in that the first particular thing we are going to see is about alumina. So it was introduced in the earliest of 1950s. Two classes are used for cutting tools. One is fine grained high purity aluminum oxide and silicon nitride, which are pressed into insert tip shapes and sintered at high temperatures. Addition of titanium carbide and zirconium oxide may be made to improve properties, but while zirconium oxide improves the fracture toughness, it reduces the hardness and the thermal conductivity. Silicon carbide whiskers may be added to give better toughness and improved thermal shock resistance. The tips have high abrasion resistance and hot hardness, and their superior chemical stability compared to high speed steel. And carbide, by means of lower tendency to they are less likely to adhere to the materials during cutting, and consequently have a lower tendency to form a built-up edge. Their main weakness is low toughness and negative rake angle, are often used to avoid chipping due to their low tensile strength. Stiff machine tools and work setup should be used when machining ceramic tip, as otherwise vibration is likely to lead permanent failure of the tip, and the typical cutting speed is about 150 to 650 meter per minute. And the next one is silicon nitride. It is also a type of ceramic. So in 1970s, a tool material based on silicon nitride was developed. They also contain aluminum oxide, yttrium oxide, titanium carbide. So silicon nitride has an affinity for iron, and it is not suitable for machining steels. A specific type of silicon containing the elements silicon, aluminium, oxygen and nitrogen. This has a higher thermal shock resistance than silicon nitride, and it is recommended for machining cast irons and nickel based superalloys at an intermediate cutting speeds. And the next one is about cubic boron nitride. So it was introduced in the earliest of 1960s, and this is the second hardest material available after diamond. So diamond is also one of a cutting tool material, but compared to diamond, this is considered as the second hardest material, and it may be used either in a form of a small solid tips or as 0.5 to 1 mm thick layer of polycrystalline boron nitride sintered onto a carbide substrate under pressure. In the later case, the carbide provides a shock resistance and the CBN layer provides a very high wear resistance and cutting edge strength. The cubic boron nitride is a standard choice for machining alloy and tool steels with a hardness of 50 or higher. The typical cutting speed is about 30 to 310 meter per minute. So these are about the some of the cutting tool materials that are frequently used for machining manufacturing a cutting tool. Thank you.